They say that love can make you do some pretty crazy things. And we're talking super crazy. Think I'm exaggerating? Then perhaps you haven't heard of Yuka Takaoka, a Japanese woman who decided to her own boyfriend in a fit of jealous rage. But you know what's insane about her attempt to take her own boyfriend's life? It's not the blood-soaked kitchen knife that was found right next to her, not even the pool of that soaked the floor of the lobby where her boyfriend's body lay. It was the fact that after almost taking a life, she didn't dare run away from the crime scene. She calmly lit a cigarette, whipped out her mobile phone, and called one of her friends to tell her about what she had done. How creepy is that? Even after police arrived on the scene, Yuka didn't move a single inch from the nearly lifeless body that lay only a couple of inches behind her. But the question is, what drove a young, beautiful, and innocent-looking girl to viciously her boyfriend? You know what they say, right? Looks can be deceiving. Yuka first met Phoenix Luna on October of 2018. He was, without a doubt, a super good-looking guy that served as a bar host at a fusion nightclub located in the Cupichio red light district of Tokyo. Yuka herself was also in the same line of business. She initially worked in a cram school, which is a school in Japan that runs after-school programs for students who need to pass their entrance exams so they can get acceptance into higher-ranking junior schools or high schools. However, in 2018, she decided to change her career and work at a hostess bar instead. A hostess bar is a special kind of club where men pay an entrance fee to flirt and drink with young women who are in their early to mid-20s. So from April of 2018 to May 2019, Yuka managed to successfully work her way up to becoming the manager of the bar. Her success was credited mostly to the fact that she had an Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok account where she would cosplay as a yandere character. She would take pictures of herself at the bar and dance to anime songs to boost her popularity and income. Once she met Luna, she instantly felt a strong connection to him and decided to visit the host bar he worked at to find out more about this handsome stranger. Now, a host club is just like a hostess club, with the only difference being that the women are the ones charged with an entrance fee so that they can choose a host of men with whom they want to flirt and drink with. The women who come in will have to continually spend their money if they want to keep the host's attention. Yes, Yuka felt it was love at first sight, but she also understood that she had to splash the cash just to meet him. So Yuka would find herself hopelessly visiting the club several times a week and spending an upwards of $10,000 just to date Luna. Yes, a large part of her income would go towards buying expensive drinks for Luna, taking him out for lunch, and lavishing him with all kinds of designer gifts. So the two finally started dating. And even though they were in a somewhat public relationship, it was crystal clear that they had very different plans about where this relationship was heading. Yuka wanted a long-term thing and was hoping to become mutually exclusive with Luna, but he had his eyes set on other priorities. She even went to the extent of regularly going to the host club to be with him and make him super famous as the most attractive host in the club. You see, rankings in a host club are extremely important for hosts because that means they get more money, more control, and greater bonuses as hosts. Yuka would show up and splash hundreds, even thousands of dollars every single night just to make sure Luna's position in the club was cemented. By the time she had confessed her love for him, she had blown more than $25,000 for his time alone. Now, here's where things get super interesting. Initially, there were rumors online that the two had decided to move in together to a super expensive apartment rented by Yuka 3 days before the incident took place. However, Luna claimed that this was false. He was still living in the dormitory provided by the host club and did not have plans to move in with Yuka. He also claims that the nude photos of him taken unconscious in the lobby weren't accurate. He was actually wearing a boxer when he went down 5 floors from the wound in his abdomen. The photographer didn't capture his underwear because of the angle the photo was taken from. His boxers were hidden by Yuka's body in front of the shot. He also claims that he wasn't while having a bath. Instead, he was by Yuka while he was asleep in bed. This happened after Luna received a call from one of the patrons that really liked him, and this made Yuka furious. She exploded by heading over to the kitchen, picking up and him. According to Luna, he woke up in shock and confused, not sure of what was happening. But when he saw a knife pushed through his abdomen, he instinctively pushed Yuka aside from the bed and made it out of the apartment in a flash. Once he got into the elevator is when he realized the full scale of what was going on before going unconscious in the lobby. Luna also bashed the online descriptions of Yuka as a wild, eccentric, and easily excitable girl. The Yuka he knew was generally quiet and gave the impression of being a good girl. According to Luna, things with Yuka had been going pretty smoothly until that uneventful day. He had promised her that he was going to come early to help her clean her new apartment, but unfortunately, he arrived 3 hours late. Of course, this didn't sit well with Yuka, who increasingly became suspicious that her boyfriend was taking the flirting away from the club and into more personal territories. Yet, despite his lateness, Luna didn't bother to apologize and instead went straight to the bathroom and ran himself a bath. He forgot to take his cell phone with him, so Yuka decided to go through it and figure out what in the world was going on. Of course, being that he was one of the most popular bar hosts at the club, it was obvious that there was going to be plenty of photos of him with other women on his phone. These were photos of women that Luna had to serve privately because they had selected him as their personal host and had become patrons at the club. But the photos that Yuka found on the phone were completely shocking. Yuka alleges that she found photos of Luna posing seductively with one particular patron that showed that they were pretty close. A clear indicator that perhaps Luna had gone to see another woman, that's why he was so late. Oh no. Could he be cheating on her after all she had done for him? Filled with rage and jealousy, Luna felt as if she had had enough. So she grabbed the nearest kitchen knife, went into the bedroom where Luna was sleeping, and shoved it deep into his abdomen. In complete shock and panic, Luna woke up and pushed Yuka aside, stumbled out of the bedroom, and somehow made it down 5 floors into the lobby before going unconscious. Police managed to arrive at the scene at about 3:50 p.m., coming across the scene where people had surrounded in complete shock to get a glimpse of this semi-nude Luna. Spectators were snapping photos of Luna that later went viral. The crime scene photographs that were taken minutes after Yuka's horrible crime show her sitting calmly in the lobby of the Shinjuku Ward apartment complex, where she had been living with her boyfriend, Phoenix Luna. As passersby captured terrifying photos of the shocking events unfold, we can clearly see Yuka's hands and legs drenched in... Yes, behind Yuka's cold, blank, expressionless face lies the body of Luna, with his stomach, well, for a lack of a more pleasant way to put this, cut wide open. And it's evident from this picture that Luna is lying there fighting for his life. As Luna's life source slowly drained from his body, Yuka calmly puffed on her cigarette, her phone gently pressed against her ear. She didn't care about all the uniformed officers that began surrounding her. It's her don't care attitude that makes this case an overnight internet sensation. The case went viral and became a dark fascination for online web users who have a thrill for tragedies with, well, let's just say there's no easy way to explain such crazy desires. 4 weeks after the attempted murder, Yuka turned into an internet celebrity, and her following on Instagram skyrocketed to hundreds of thousands of followers. Screenshots, videos, and pictures of her crime went viral, and she was dubbed the Too Beautiful Criminal. Guess that's society in the 21st century for you. Her fans began talking about her weird, obsessive nature and jealous actions, all while circulating those photos online. Why was her behavior so strange? Why did some of her crime scene pictures show her flashing an evil smile right after she was put into the back of a patrol car while being taken to the police station for questioning? Why would someone even think of doing this? Well, the reason why Yuka's popularity grew so quickly online is that people believed she was more than just a regular human being. A rumor began spreading that she could actually be the real-life incarnation of a yandere girl. According to Japanese anime, a yandere usually takes the form of a sweet, shy schoolgirl who suddenly becomes jealous, mad, and aggressive after being hurt and takes the lives of her boyfriends. Since I loved him so much, I just couldn't help it. These were the exact words that came from Yuka's mouth after she was arrested on May 23rd, 2019. Her plan was to end his life and take her own as well. But her plan didn't go the way it was meant to, because even after being in the liver, Luna managed to escape and make it down 5 floors. He spent several weeks in the hospital in critical condition with an excruciatingly painful wound in his liver, and then spent another couple of weeks recovering from the exhausting surgery. Now here's where the story takes a strange and unexpected turn. As Luna continued to suffer in the hospital with his hospital fees going through the roof, Yuka continued to get celebrity attention and status like never before. Yes, people began to flock to her social media pages thanks to all the rumors that she was a yandere. They started liking her pictures, sending her DMs, and showing her support throughout her trial. People started writing on their social media pages about how she didn't want to go anywhere and so decided to sit right outside the staircase. How she never planned to call emergency services because she intended to take her own life after watching Luna slowly die from his wounds. To this day, there are still dozens of Instagram accounts that worship her, show her relentless devotion, share her tribute art, and even have drawings and pictures of her Luna. Others showcase fan art of her holding a knife with a devilish smile as a cigarette dangles from her lips. Now, to make things go from super weird to completely insane, Yuka had begun writing some strange symbols as well as a message using Luna's in her diary. In creepy Japanese dialect, Yuka wrote, "I like you. I like you so much, I wanted to kill you." When photos of Luna's body surfaced on the internet, as well as photos of the strange diary written in blood, Yuka became uber famous. She gathered such a massive online fan base in such a short period of time that a number of her fans even opened a GoFundMe page to cater all her legal bills while she was on trial. But before she could access the money, the page was shut down. Interestingly, over 69 contributors had already sent her $3,840 in support. On July 1st, Luna managed to pull through and made a complete recovery from the hospital. Once he was released, Yuka was taken to court and was forced to pay Luna $45,000 in damages. Interestingly, while on trial, Luna publicly apologized to Yuka for cheating on her and even requested the judge to give his former girlfriend a light sentence, even though she nearly took his life. He has even publicly credited her for uplifting his career and popularity at Fusion, as well as helping him reunite with his long-lost brother and sister. And so the judge opted to sentence Yuka to jail for 3 years and 6 months. She is expected to be set free sometime in the summer of 2023. Incredibly, this is what Luna said about this to the media. "I think there was a reason for her to me. It was also thanks to her I was able to achieve the sales that I did in less than a year since I became a host. I met my older brother and older sister for the first time in 5 years. I'll be very happy to stay in touch with them in the future." Indeed, there has always been a public fascination in Japanese culture when it comes to yandere. In Japanese folklore, a yandere is usually a female lover that first starts out loving, caring, and having a strong affection for their romantic lovers. They are completely loyal and devoted to them, but this devotion and loyalty can sometimes transform into aggression and then move on to something completely destructive. Their overprotective nature might lead them to show ugly traits of violence and anger, or both combined. In reality, yandere characters are usually unstable, deranged, and very violent because they look at this as an avenue to release all the pent-up emotion they have kept hidden to stay cool, calm, and collected. In terms of their personality, yandere characters can be considered completely crazy. Yeah, they may seem loving or dorky at times, but they can be quite jealous and psychotic and go to the extent of murdering their partner, perhaps even his or her entire family, just to stay with their lover for eternity. So by simply looking at Yuka's behavior, it's easy to see why her fans consider her a yandere. Yanderes are generally considered lovesick, a person who has been pushed to the brink of insanity by their complete obsession and submission to their lover. They begin showing some type of strange behavior with the partner they spend time with, as well as self-destructive behavior towards themselves. Yep, the term "love makes you crazy" is definitely a phrase that's common with a person having a yandere type of personality. A yandere sees anyone that comes close to their lover as an enemy or a competitor, regardless of the gender or the relationship that they have with their lover. In some cases, yandere will even attack their lover's family members just to get what they want from the person they love. They don't mind hiding their possessions or stealing their property just to teach them a lesson. Don't be fooled. Most yandere are deceivingly beautiful and kind-hearted when you start a relationship with them. They may even seem extremely loving and caring, but as you get to know them, they slowly show their dark side and start doing some pretty crazy things. So trust us when we say, when they go full-blown crazy, they go full-blown crazy. But you might just think they're being emotional, and so you brush it aside. However, that's not the case for all yanderes. Some of them are insanely smart from the beginning. But the reason why yandere go crazy is because they become a victim of some kind of mental, emotional, or physical abuse. Like in Yuka's case, for example, she finally snapped after she caught her boyfriend Luna cheating on her. This gradually turns them into aggressive beings that will take people's lives because they're mentally sick. Again, we warn you. Don't be blown away by their cute demeanor and sweet facial expressions. Underneath all that sweetness lies an insane, obsessive, controlling monster. For anyone lucky enough to escape the claws of a yandere, just run and never look back. They also don't like it when a third party comes in the way of their relationship with their lover. And if their lover decides to leave, they would rather see them dead than with someone else. Sadly, most of the people that end up as a partner to a yandere always believe they can change them. The idea is that somehow your actions of love can pull them from their deceitful ways. But little do they know that their partners don't even care. It's honestly one of the most toxic relationships in the world. And the worst thing about it, people with these kinds of personalities usually know they can get away with anything. That's why so many good-looking people always get a cult following whenever they commit a crime, because the world gets disarmed and fascinated by their devilishly good looks. Heck, they can even get a lighter sentence simply because one half of their face looks exactly like the other. Goes to show you that the world ain't as equal as it's made out to be. If you've got the looks, you'll probably get out of the books. Okay, we're kidding. Stay out of trouble, people. And with that being said, we've come to the end of this video. Let us know in the comment section what you think of Yuka Takaoka. Should she have gotten a harsher sentence? And while you're at it, don't forget to leave a like, click on that notification bell, and subscribe to the channel to get more bone-chilling content on some of the most shocking potential murders and homicides in human history. And until we meet again, remember, nobody owns a life, but anyone who can pick up a frying pan can take one.